We are so blessed. Thank you, Johnny and Tom and Nina and Sandy. And gosh, Kevin, thank you for taking care of our live streaming. And one of the things I want to do this morning is greet everybody who's out there in the live stream. Thank you for coming and joining us online. It is such a joy to have you here with us as well. Carl, thank you. Lisa, there's so many people that make this happen on Sunday morning. Our brunch, part of our brunch team, Ruth, my husband Don, all the volunteers. That indeed, I think it was Mary who says it takes a village, or Josh, and it does. It takes a village to put all of this together on a Sunday morning, but it is our joy to do so. But I am so very grateful to all of you. This is the second in a lesson series entitled Who's Driving Your Bus? And as I said, it comes from a title of a book that I like the title far more than the content of the book, so that's where the title comes from. But again, this is a question for me that brings up this notion of chance or choice. Do we believe that life is truly ordained by some sort of fickle deity that plays with us as pawn pieces in this cosmic chess game? Or do we truly understand that we have control and we have some say over the experiences of our lives? And while we may not be able to control everything that occurs in this world, what we do have absolute control over and power over is our ability and the way that we respond to whatever that thing is, whatever that difficulty is, whatever that situation is. In everything, we have a choice. We have a choice to respond. So again, this invites us into a process of self-awareness through which we take control of our life's journey, rather than allowing someone or something or some unconscious material within us to be that which navigates us towards something perhaps that we would rather not experience. It also wakes us up from being asleep at the wheel, which means that we don't understand that we have the power not only to shape and form the experiences of our lives, but those things over which we may not have direct control or power. Even in that moment, we have an ability to respond differently, to react differently, to think differently. Last week's lesson asked the question, what bus? And so the bus is really used as an analog for our consciousness. Our consciousness is the sum total of our awareness, conscious and unconscious. It's our thoughts, subconscious material, feelings, behaviors, responses. So what I'm stressing this last 2 weeks is this idea of conscious living, about waking up, being aware, coming to terms with those things in our consciousness that might limit us in some way. We all have that friend that has at one time or another, when we are dealing with something, who tells us, just get over it. Anybody had a friend like that? Have you been a friend like that? Just let it go. Well, friends, as you know, it's not that easy. A Unity minister friend of mine who was born and raised in West Texas and has a very plain way of speaking, one that is seldom misunderstood, shared with me once that those people that say, just let it go, are those that she wanted to smack, these words, not mine, smack the snot out of. Now, while I may not agree with her method, I understand the sentiment. It's not that easy. Just let it go. And I know there are experiences in my life that I would not have consciously chosen. But again, I know that I can choose how to respond. And I can choose to do the internal work necessary to heal what may be leading to those same experiences repeatedly. So today's title is Move Over, I'm Driving. Move over, I'm driving. It is a call to take the wheel, to be awake. But it takes time, and it also takes intention, attention, and action. Intention, attention, and action. Alignment, integration, congruency of thinking and action and feeling are vitally important to the demonstration of our spiritual potential. They are imperatives in this process of spiritual transformation. Many times we will declare that we want to make a change in our life, and we continue to act consciously or unconsciously in the same way that led to that negative experience or limiting experience in the first place. Let's say you want to lose weight, and we continue to stock our house with junk food. Now, down south we have a donut shop called Krispy Kreme. Do you find yourself pulling into the Krispy Kreme donut shop, as I would often do, or Dunkin' Donuts, or wherever you buy those things here? What do we buy here? Kolaches, right? They're sort of the Cedar Rapids version of a Krispy Kreme. But our actions with and around money, perhaps, are sometimes unwise. And we ask in the vernacular of a TV psychologist, how is that working for you? Is the action that you're taking moving you in the direction of your stated intention? Or is it time to say, move over, I'm driving? If it isn't, then something else is leading you toward taking the action that you're taking. Someone or something else is driving your bus. In the letter to the Romans, the Apostle Paul wrote, I do not understand my actions, for I do not do what I want, but I do the very thing I do not want to do. These are three important components for moving over, telling that thing, that person, that situation, that aspect of your consciousness to move over, I'm driving. Intention, attention, and action. Intention is the declaration that we make within our consciousness. It involves the process of thought. It is our aim. It is our goal. It is the way that in which we want to navigate our life. It is the way also that we begin to take control of our consciousness. However, declaring our intention is simply not enough. We must also pay attention to the content of our consciousness. You see, we can have all the best intentions in the world, yet if our thoughts and beliefs are out of alignment with our intention, we'll end up responding to life with actions that lead us perhaps in the direction that we do not wish to go. And we find that we're not driving our bus. So the fulcrum point in the process of aligning intention and our thought with action is found in the measure of attention that we give to understanding our own consciousness. Again, the point of transformation is the alignment of our intention, our thought, our feelings, and our action with the measure of attention that we give to understanding our own awareness. When we pay attention to the alignment of intention and action by paying attention to the content of our consciousness, we discover the hidden layers of awareness that may be driving our behavior and action. Jesus was fully integrated in this. If you look to the Gospels, you will see that Jesus expresses this time and time again, this alignment of intention, attention, and action. His actions were in perfect alignment with the intention for his life. And so often we fail to recognize the necessary connection between intention and action, thought and deed. And perhaps there's another way of saying it. Our actions are the clothing of our thoughts and our beliefs and our intentions. When we find conscious alignment between intention and action, By paying attention, we've moved into spiritual mastery. We say to whomever or whatever is behind the wheel, move over, I'm driving. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus teaches, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." Now, as I reread this, it's clear that Jesus was aligned in intention, attention, and action. Blessed are the peacemakers is a teaching that portrays the perfect balance of this, the perfect alignment of this. Please hear, Jesus did not say, "Blessed are the peaceful." Jesus says, "Blessed are the peacemakers." Blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are those who make peace in the world. Blessed are those who intend and attend to finding peace with themselves, in their own consciousness, and make peace in the world. Intention, attention, and action. In one precept, in one teaching, in one sentence that Jesus uttered. But his life is a powerful example of this. Eric Butterworth once wrote that he perceives that Jesus would say this to us today. He writes, speaking as Jesus, "Come and stand as I stand, and view the infinite reality of things from the perspective that I have achieved, and see yourself in the light of your God self, this Christ self of you as I have seen myself in the light. Believe on me in the actual demonstration of the divinity of humankind that I have made, and realize that what this actually means, that you have the same potential within you. What I have done, you can do, so join me. Come here, stand with me, think with me, pray with me, analyze the technique that I have found to be effective. Take my yoke upon me and learn from me. And when you have mastered yourself, as I have mastered myself, then you will do as I have done." Self-mastery, intention, attention, and action. The critical component, again, this fulcrum point on which everything is balanced, is attention. Waking up, being aware of the disconnect between intention and action, asking ourselves, how is this working for me? Navigating life is sometimes difficult. It's difficult enough, but let's not compound it by letting something that is not congruent with our deepest intention be behind the wheel of our consciousness to take control of our lives. When we pay attention, we uncover the unconscious drivers of behaviors and actions that lead us toward what we do not want to experience. Paying attention reveals our unconscious motivations. And when our intention and motivations and actions aren't in sync, we experience a type of inner tension that manifests itself in our lives as negative and limiting experiences. What is the intention for your life? Where is it that you want to go? And are your behaviors and your actions taking you there? If not, pay attention to the internal motivations or drivers that might be diverting you. And once you have clarity around this, declare that this fear, this limiting thinking, this sense of unworthiness or lack of confidence, or a sense that you have no power over yourself or your life, once you let that go, once you have pulled the plug on their ability to control you in your life, you will bring attention and action into alignment. Remember this: intention, attention, and action. Master your life. and say to whatever limiting thing is within your consciousness, move over. I'm driving. God bless you. We take a moment now to bless our offering. There's a basket that will be in the driveway as you leave today. However you are giving, if you're using one of our online opportunities, we thank you for that. We thank you for your faithfulness as you continue to share of your abundance with UCR. We are truly serving the world right now. Our pantry is seeing record numbers. What we're trying to do in the community is truly blessing it, and that is made possible by your gifts and by your continued faithfulness to this flow of abundance and prosperity within you. So as you take your gift in your hand this morning, we invite you to bless it as we affirm together our abundant statement, our prosperity affirmation that we affirm each and every Sunday morning together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. And we dedicate and we consecrate these tithes, these gifts, and these offerings to the will, the work, and the way of the Christ as it expresses through this ministry of love and service. And so it is. Amen. join together in singing the peace song. Just reach out your hands to one another and let's send some wonderful energy and love to each other today. The prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us.
I am the power of God.
And the presence of God watches over us.
I am the presence of God.
Wherever God is, I am. And truly we know that all is well. And as you leave this place today, know that God goes with you and before you in all that you do, making smooth, safe, and sure your way. God bless you. Go in peace, but not before having coffee and cinnamon rolls. Thanks for coming. See you in a couple of weeks.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and.
doing one more, or are we done?